Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on my channel. This is Sim Sammy. I actually wanted to sit down and record myself watching my speed build and also just kind of be a little bit more connected. That way you guys can see my face, see what I look like, and we can just kind of sit around and chat for a little bit because that's the whole point of the daily builds. So jumping into this build, I actually did a 1920s inspired apartment. I thought it'd be kind of a fun time to do a decades challenge that wasn't like 70s or 80s. It didn't really have a really defined, well, it did have a defined like aesthetic, but something that none of us really think about. I think when we think 1920s, we all think the Great Gatsby, we're thinking glamour, we're thinking like opulence, and I kind of went the opposite route, if you will. I actually was looking a lot at the 1920s apartments and what they actually looked like, and they were not opulent and glamorous. They were very much cluttered and what we would consider dirty at this point now in this time period. So I kind of wanted to capture that. Now there are like some opulent touches because the Sims that I created for this apartment, one of them is like an up-and-coming businessman, so I feel like he needs to kind of show off when there's people over at their apartment, and the wife is the stereotypical woman of that era where she was a stay-at-home wife. She's still alive and well. Her name is Betty, and she is a stay-at-home wife. She kind of just cleans and cooks and not really doing a whole lot else. I actually have created them for a video that I'm posting after this one. You guys will probably see it tomorrow, and that is just being a creative sim. I really want to do a let's play in this apartment. I think it would be a lot of fun to play with these characters. The couple's name is Clinton and Betty Ackerman. Clinton is a mean, lazy, hot-headed husband, and Betty is, I believe her traits were good, cheerful, and family-oriented, if I'm remembering correctly, and she wants to be a chef. So I'm hoping that would be a fun let's play. I'm hoping that they get divorced. Maybe Clinton dies, I don't know, but I am looking forward to that, and I'm doing the Wheel of Fate, so there'll be like a couple good ones, a couple bad ones. We'll kind of see what goes on with them. Obviously, it can't all be sunshine and roses, but I'm very excited about that. And this apartment, I feel like I haven't seen anything like it before. I feel like when we do think 20s, we always see the opulent apartments. So I'm kind of glad that I did something that's a little bit more like this. I've literally never created anything like this before. It is all brown pretty much. No modern touches whatsoever. There's no TV, there's not a computer, none of that in there. There is a radio. Well, I think it's it's a stereo, and it's from the Get Famous pack. You guys will see it while I'm doing the living room, but it is that big rectangle huge stereo, and it kind of, I feel like it might have fit well the time period. It's probably a little bit out of the time period, but this is The Sims. We are working with what we have. There's just like a lot of little touches, like even those little things I just put underneath the cabinets. That is something that you would see in a lot of older houses and not a lot of the newer ones. So I thought like little touches like that really make this build. And then the one thing I couldn't get out of photos, because I was just Googling everything, was if they had tile backsplashes or not. I don't know if they did. I think I ended up doing the one from Parenthood because it just matched the theme a little bit better. That might be a little bit outdated, but again, this turns out to be a really cool apartment, something very different, and I have uploaded the kitchen and the living room, I believe, to my Sims gallery. It's just 1920s apartment Sim Sammy, I believe is the title of them. And they'll say living room and kitchen in the description and kind of walk you guys through it. I don't know how to upload an entire apartment, so if someone wants to let me know, that'd be awesome, but I'm not sure how to do that, so I just uploaded the rooms. But yeah, anyways, I hope everything is going well with you guys that are watching. I know right now is like a really hard time for everyone, so hopefully, like, even if it's just watching the speed build, like, it takes your mind off of stuff for a little bit. I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about it. I'm sure everyone's going through the same emotions right now, but the whole point of this channel starting up was for me to kind of take my mind off of everything and to share that with people that also liked The Sims, that find stuff like this relaxing. I watch speed builds all the time, and I don't know, I felt like it was a really good way to connect with people during a time where I like connecting. It's the one thing that we're not doing. And with that, I've actually launching into another platform. Today I streamed on Twitch for the first time. Whew. I'm good. Okay, I thought I was about to cough. Anyways, I streamed on Twitch for the first time, and you know, I did a small family apartment. I don't know why I've been building so many apartments lately, but it was a small family apartment. It was really cute. You know, obviously no one really watched because I'm brand new to this. People are barely watching these videos, so I just kind of doing it for myself right now. But it was a lot of fun. If you guys are watching this and want to have more content, check out my Twitch. It is twitch.com. No, twitch.tv. Let me look at it real quick. It shows you how new I am to all this. Okay, so it's twitch.tv/simsammy, and I actually have channel art. I put channel art up on this as well. If you're on a mobile device, it looks a little weird, but if you're on your TV or on your laptop, it looks a little bit better. But there's channel art. I have an actual photo of me up now, and I'm just streaming like every day. I think I might do 2 streams a day and then 1 build or 1 let's play or 1 video on YouTube right now a day. Just kind of depends. I don't have a set schedule, obviously, kind of whenever I want to at this point. But yeah, so we're getting pretty close to this kitchen being done. I'm kind of just throwing clutter in there because I really wanted it to look as cluttered as possible. I really enjoy the cluttery look. This apartment took me 3 hours to build, I want to say. The layout is what took the longest. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did not show you me doing the actual layout of this apartment because it just was not working for me. It took me, I think, 30 or 40 minutes alone in just doing the layout, and it's not even a very complex layout. I'm just really bad at layouts, especially when there's like an entryway, because I don't know how to fill an entryway. And I see all these other builders doing such cool things, and I'm kind of trying to compare myself to them, but I feel like I have such a different style of build from other people that I should just enjoy my style. But I feel like everyone kind of does that, as they all kind of get caught up in showing off. And so I find that just giving the apartments and the houses more personality is what I look for versus using items out of debug just to make some cool stuff. And hopefully, I mean, I want to learn how to make cool stuff out of debug, but at this point, I feel confident in where I'm at. When I first started building, I didn't even know how to do a roof. So like my houses, I didn't even realize they didn't have roofs until my fiance. I was like, why does your house look so weird? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you didn't put a roof on your house? I was like, forgot about it. So I've come a long way since then, but definitely still have a long way to go. And I'm hoping that doing this every single day, that, you know, obviously I'll hopefully become a better builder. Can't get any worse. And you know, it is kind of fun. I never have created the same thing twice, the same layouts twice, and that's kind of cool to have a game like that. And granted, I am one of the people that have put a little bit too much money into The Sims, but it's fine. We're not going to talk about it. I like justify. I'm like, oh, I didn't buy this month, so I can buy a new pack. That's definitely not the right mindset to have. But you know, we're living our best quarantine lives, and I celebrated by buying the vintage glamour pack, and I think, honestly, it wasn't worth it. I did not like that pack as much as I thought I was going to. You know, I thought I was going to use it a lot in this apartment, and I didn't. So, yeah, now that door is kind of cool. That is from Vintage Glamour, and I do like that door. I feel like Donkey talking about a boulder. That's a nice boulder. I actually like that door a lot, and I use it throughout the entire house. I also use the double door. Did I use a double? I actually did not use a double door from Vintage Glamour because it was way too much. I used that horrible wallpaper. I think it's called the Beehive wallpaper. I've never used that wallpaper before because it is atrocious. But I saw in a lot of the photos, floral wallpaper like that was really in style. So I was like, why not? We'll go ahead and we'll try it out. And it actually turned out really cute. And when my Sims are in it, it's also really cute. So I hope you guys actually end up liking it. And then the fireplace I'm creating was truly something that was in every photo. Every single photo was a fireplace and then a bookshelf. Like, people had no care about fire safety back then. It was fireplace inside of a bookshelf. So that's what I created. I did move it around because it looked really weird in front of those windows. But it did come together really cute. Those are bookcases from Realm of Magic. thinking. It's from Realm of Magic, but they worked really well for this build. I know I use a lot of stuff packs in my builds, and I apologize if that's annoying to you. I will be doing a base game only build soon. I don't know when, but soon. I've never done a base game only build. I actually, when I started dating my now fiance, he already had The Sims and he already had packs downloaded, so I've never played with just base game. I'm very lucky in that fact, but I will do one eventually. Also, like, there's no CC in this build. I do have CC, but it is really annoying. I know for people that are wanting to use what I'm using, if they don't have the CC, you know, it kind of ruins the experience. And since I downloaded my CC like over a year ago, I wouldn't even be able to find the links at this point. When I do go to look for CC, I obviously go to the Sims resource, and I'll spend like hours combing through CC trying to figure out what I like. And then I don't know how to do zipped files. I know it's a thing. I know like MC Command Center is like a zipped file, and then I put that in my mod folder. But I don't know how to do that. So I just don't have stuff like that. So I'm not as advanced as some of the other Sim YouTubers. But that's fine. I feel like that's a little bit more like approachable when new Simmers want to come in and start doing this. So if you're looking for someone that messes up a lot and doesn't know what they're doing, you found her. Anyways, I am just continuing on to finish up this living room, trying to like keep my mind on this build. I'm watching it with you guys right now as I'm doing this voiceover. And the couch was something I also saw a lot in photos. It was a couch, and then they had a table behind it. So that's what I did. There was not a whole lot of end tables, so I just kind of ended up nixing those, I think. I ended up just doing like that bar cart in the back, which is honestly a really cute bar cart from Vintage Glamour. Like Vintage Glamour. Do I like it overall? No. But it has some pretty stellar pieces. Not my favorite game pack. I think my favorite game... Let me see. My favorite game pack might be Parenthood. It might be Parenthood because I use a lot of like the kitchen stuff and a lot of the clutter. As far as like stuff packs go, I really like Toddlers, and I really like Kids Room because I feel like Kids Room now there's no Kids Room in this build, so I get to talk about this. I feel like Kids Room, you can have more personality. There's more clutter. It's a lot messier, and I like that because I feel like in general our Sim builds have to be pretty clean because you have Sims walking around in it. So I enjoy having a kids room that I can make really messy. It reminds me of my kids room that was always destroyed. So I feel like that's very realistic. I don't know, just my thoughts. I know a lot of people like doing kids rooms because of that, because you kind of just throw everything together and it looks good because it's like, oh, it's a preteen, of course they're going to have 13 million posters on their wall. Whereas like this living room, I had to, you know, I used 2 photos, I think, and then I did some flowers and some candles because that's adultish. And I think like the wallpaper and the door that I used would be really good in a 70s build as well. I will do a 70s build. I feel like I have to. But I wanted to do a 1920s inspired build first because I thought that was a little bit more unique. And I thought the apartment was just a cool place to do it. I could have built a house. I just didn't want to. And I think apartments kind of give a little bit more of a challenge when doing builds because you can't change the exterior walls, which is also kind of annoying. Like, I know why we can't, but when you're giving us that many like little octagonal cutouts, a little annoying. Obviously, we'll get past it, but I wish we had a little bit more leeway with that. And then right here, tell me if I'm wrong, but I swear there's a radiator in The Sims 4, and I was looking for the radiator, and I could not find it, because I was like, that radiator would be perfect right underneath that window. No radiator. So if someone knows, if I'm crazy, then let me know, but I swear I thought there was a radiator there, and that's what I was looking to do, but alas, could not do it. And then you guys just saw me put up, I've used a lot of these like little candle lights. I don't know what to call those. I didn't do a whole lot of overhead lighting just because I didn't see that a lot in photos, so I used those. I have never used the theme of this build. I've never used any of this stuff before. I've mentioned in the past videos, like, my theme is modern farmhouse. If Joanna Gaines would do it, I love it. So this is not very Joanna Gaines. This is like the kind of apartment Joanna Gaines goes into and she's like disgusted with. So not my style. But I tried to make it very cute And I do think I accomplished making it very realistic to what the time period I wanted was. And I mean, let me know your thoughts. If you guys hate it, I don't care. That's fine. Like let me know. Let me know how I can improve. I would prefer that you hate it nicely, but I would like to know if you guys don't like it, because that just allows me to become a better builder. I personally thought it was really cool, and like I said, it took me a couple hours to do it because it was so different from what I'm used to. Granted, most of my builds take me anywhere between like an hour and a half to 3 hours. Sometimes longer. Like I did it. So if you go on my gallery page, there's this huge farmhouse that I did, and I did it for the Simsy Shell Challenge 4, and that took me 3 days. And I'm talking like 10-hour days. And then it wasn't even chosen for a video, which is fine. Like, she goes through a lot. She has so many entries. But I was really looking forward to it because I've spent a lot of time in that house. And it has, I think, 15 it's my most downloaded, like, lot. It has, I think, 15 or 16 downloads, which is pretty cool. I'm glad people liked it, and it's definitely something I liked doing. Let me see what I called that, actually. Give me 1 second. Stepping away from the build for a second, going into my Sims gallery. And also right now I'm just messing with the shelf, because that shelf really annoyed me for a good 10 minutes, because I really wanted the little candle thing to sit on the shelf, but for some reason the wall wouldn't allow it to sit on the shelf. So then I was just stuck and I didn't know what to do. So that's what ended up happening with that one. And let me see what I've named. I think I just named it Simsy Shell Challenge 4. I probably should change the name of that. Let me look. Okay, so the 1920s living room and 1920s kitchen, both uploaded, both just called 1920s Sim Sammy. That's uploaded, as well as like the Comfy Cubby Sim Sammy tiny home I had done. And then yeah, I had done something called Simsy Shell Challenge 4, and it's a modern farmhouse, and I can't change the name, but it has 15 downloads and 2 hearts, so pretty cool. If you guys want to see that house, you guys can look it up by the origin name. It is Scooby Drooby, SC00BY, and then DREWBIE. Like I said, that is my fiance's origin account, because he is the one that bought The Sims originally. And so it's all under his stuff. And then I bought all the packs, so I can't change the origin account because then I'd lose all my packs. So there's that. Okay, so it looks like I finished the study already, and I jumped into the entryway. The entryway was pretty simple. It's an entryway, so can't put too much clutter in it. And again, this is all for adults. I'm hoping that Betty does not have a kid with Clinton. They seem so cute together. You guys will see it in tomorrow's video, but they're so perfect in such a bad way together that I see why she married him. I created them, but like I see my thought process with it. And they would have such a cute kid, but I can't be happy. It's up to the will. We'll see what happens as the Let's Play goes on. And I don't know. I don't feel like this apartment's very much Betty's aesthetic. I feel like Betty's very cutesy. Like Betty should have been born in the 50s. She was born in the wrong decade. She's not a 20s girl. She is a 50s girl. And that's just kind of where we're at with them. And this aesthetic is, this apartment aesthetic that we have going on is meant for Clinton, for when he has his business friends over, or his like criminal friends over. I think he might be a criminal. And I did that because, well, he's a mean businessman. So I think criminal might fit him pretty well. So you'll notice on like the little study desk, I left like the little, I don't know what that thing was called. I had like a little walkie-talkie and a map and some rope and stuff. I feel like that's because he's a criminal, and I kind of want him to go to jail. I don't know why I hate Clinton so much. I made him. I could have made him a nice sim. I just didn't. I didn't feel like he should have been nice. I know that, I think it'll be more fun. I really enjoy watching Let's Plays when there's like a really bad character, and like we'll have more bad characters. We're just starting off with 2, 1 good, 1 bad. You have to have a bad and a good. But I like watching Let's Plays that have a little bit of enforced drama and storytelling. Obviously, like, The Sims can be as boring or as creative as you would want it to be, and I tend to just go a little bit more creative with it. I want to download some mods. I know there's like a lot of mods, some which are not appropriate for YouTube, but I know there's a lot of mods that like completely change the way that you can play The Sims, and I do want to try that. I just need to learn how to do the zipped folders. So that's just kind of where we are. And then I'm trying to fill, okay, so back to the build. I'm trying to fill up those shelves with like stuff. I feel like Clinton is a hunter, which is why there's a duck there. I feel like he killed that duck. I don't know why he killed the duck, but he did. Also, that dog does not work. Don't pull it out of debug, just adopt the dog. But I was trying to clutter up those shelves to give some more personality, but I had already used so much clutter in other places that I didn't want to use the same clutter twice. So it just kind of, those shelves are empty. I'm thinking that like as they go on, maybe they collect stuff, because obviously if you collect stuff as you play in The Sims, it's just like random stuff. So I was thinking maybe that can go on the shelves. If they did have a kid, then who would put the kid's artwork up on the shelf or something? I don't know. If they had a kid, though, we would have to move because there's not enough space in this apartment for a kid. So it's unfortunate. We'd have to leave it, and then maybe Clinton and Betty would jump in a time capsule or something and launch to the future, because I'm not doing a 1920s full house. That would be hours of work, which is, I guess fine. It's just, again, it's not my aesthetic, so like I really struggle with it. If it's like hours of work and we're talking like shiplap and some succulents, I mean, girl, I'll spend hours doing that. But brown makes me sad, so I don't want to do an all brown apartment again. I will, like the 70s, I feel like we can have some of that like really ugly green into it, which I would really be about. I really like the ugly green. You are going to have brown accents, but like this whole apartment is just, it's just brown. So I would like to not do that again if at all possible. I think it looks cool the way it came out, but it's a lot. It's a lot of brown. And also I feel like it would look the same. Like if I created another 1920s apartment, if I did it like historically, if I did it like opulent and it was like golds and black, that'd be different. I'd be kind of down for that one. But this one I think is cool because it is so accurate within the guidelines of The Sims. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're almost to the end of this build, which is crazy. Normally I have to sit here and film his voiceovers a couple times. Hopefully I like this, because this is the first time I'm videoing it, so I'm hoping that I do end up liking the way that it looks altogether. And I'm sorry that if I rambled. I'm lacking social connection right now, guys, so I'm trying to make friends right now over the internet doing this, and it's not going so well yet. But I just I'm enjoying getting on here every day and at least having something to do, and especially until Animal Crossings come out, because when Animal Crossings come out, I might have to take a little bit of a break for a couple hours a day and go play that. I've never played Animal Crossings, but I've heard I would enjoy it. Also, you'll notice I put a bottle of juice on the nightstand, again, for Clinton. I feel like he's not a nice guy. I think he drinks a little bit too much juice. Don't know if you guys noticed it. There are 2 globe bars within 5 feet of each other. There's one in the living room and then one in his study. So he might have a juice problem. I don't know. I didn't say it. The will decide if he has a juice problem or not. And I'm finishing up with the bathroom. I think if you've watched any of my other build videos, you'll know I don't do too much extra stuff with the bathrooms. This bathroom was weird because it's so long. I do end up changing that because that just doesn't work. Like the bathtub thing doesn't work. I also didn't do a shower in this build. I don't know if people in the 1920s had showers. Not trying to sound like ignorant. I'm like, truly, I just don't know if like it was customary to have showers in all of the buildings that you had. I know bathtubs, and I know like plumbing was a thing. I grew up in Tennessee, so a lot of like my family grew up without plumbing, and they were born in the 50s. So I think in the 20s they had some form of plumbing. Might be wrong. I just didn't know if they had shower plumbing, so I left the showers out. I could have Googled it. I just didn't think about it, so I just did a bathtub, and I thought the bathtub looked cuter anyways, so. And also, like, I feel like the bathtub is more usable on The Sims, because, like, say Betty does sadly have a child with Clinton, and then the child's going to become a toddler at some point. The toddler has to have a bathtub, so I feel like you need a bathtub over a shower. If you have to choose one or the other, bathtub is the way to go. And normally I would choose the combo, but here we are. So thank you guys for checking out this build. I hope you guys enjoyed the screenshots, and then I look forward to seeing you guys in tomorrow's Cass Let's Play storyline. So have a great day, guys. Bye.